Guys, we made it to day 13 of our 21 days of devotion. Hopefully, again, that you are enjoying this. I hope that you're just really digging into the Word and allowing the Word to take root in your heart and in your life, because that's what this is about. This is more than about just giving up something for a season, which I know some of you have done, but this is about connecting with Him. We call it 21 days of devotion, not 21 days of fasting, because what we want over these 21 days is for you to become devoted to the one who rescued you and saved your soul. So that's why we're doing this. We hope that you're, through the reading and the time in Scripture, that you're seeing Jesus in a new way and in a new light. And we are encouraging you to communicate with your group, talk amongst yourselves, and just lean on one another, hear from one another, and let all of your experiences, all of your encounters with the Word, let it help shape everyone in your group. So hopefully you're doing that. Continue doing that. We're still pressing forward. We still got several days to go, but I'm just excited that you're on this journey, and I want to encourage you to keep moving forward. Keep doing this. Keep reading. Keep diving into the Word. We're in John chapter 13 today, and if you haven't kind of quite caught on, there's 21 chapters in John. We're just a little bit more than halfway through, and we're already like right there at the end, like the latter few days of Jesus' life and latter few moments really are almost half the book of John. And what we see in John chapter 13 is really just this beautiful encounter that we call the Passover or the Lord's Supper. We see these encounters with Jesus and his disciples. There's just a few things that I wanted to point out to you that really stuck out to me, and I hope that they can make an impact on you. What I like doing is, whenever I read through Scripture, is just seeing the little things, and what often gets me is like these are these little moments that if we're not careful, we can just breeze right past them, and I think it's important to pay attention to these few things, these little things that, again, we can miss if we are reading too fast. That's why we encourage you, slow down when you're reading through your Scriptures and just allow the Word to get into you. But verse 1 is what just right out the gate that gets me. It says, "Now before the feast of Passover, when Jesus knew that his hour had come, that he should depart from this world to the Father, having loved his own who were in the world," this is it, "he loved them to the end." He loved them to the end. He is talking about the love that he has for his disciples, but prophetically, this is a love that he has for us. Like Jesus came into this world, he knew what his purpose was. He knew what the plan was. The Bible tells us that Jesus is the Lamb that was slain from the foundation of the world. What does that mean? Well, we know from John chapter 1 that Jesus has always been, like, he is God in the flesh, that he was there at creation. He was there before creation. He's the uncreated one, right? So if Jesus was before all things, and he's the Lamb that was slain before the foundation of the world, like he is part of all of this. And he knows the plan from before he ever incarnates himself and becomes flesh. He knows the plan, and the plan is that he's going to lay down his life to rescue humanity. And again, think about that. Before there ever was a need for a plan, there was a plan. God created mankind knowing that mankind was going to mess up and fall, and God had a plan, a rescue plan, to redeem Adam and Eve and all of us before sin ever entered the world, and that plan's name is Jesus. And he enters this world, and he spends 33 years walking this life, experiencing everything that you and I would ever experience. Well, Brother Steve, he never saw social media. He didn't see AI. He didn't see it when he was walking in these 31 years, but he knew it, right? He's the uncreated one. He sees all things, right? He knew it all. But even in that world, he was tempted in every way possible that we would ever be tempted. He saw and experienced the same human emotions, the same human interactions that we deal with. He experienced it all. And over all those 33 years, he is now coming to the end of that time. He's coming to the end of his time here on the earth, and he loved them to the end. what we're going to see as we get further on, we get into the Garden of Gethsemane. Like, the garden is a very intense moment where Jesus is going to feel the crushing weight of my sin and the crushing weight of your sin. And in that moment, it would have been very easy for Jesus to say, they're not worth it. When Jesus is nailed on the cross, the Bible is clear that he could have stopped it at any moment. It wasn't nails that hung him there. It was the love that he had for you and I. That in that moment, he could have said, it's not worth it. They're not worth it. He could have stopped it at any point, but he doesn't. It says he loved them to the end, and that hits me hard. And I want you to know he loved you to the end. He loves you now, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do that will make him love you more, and there's nothing you can do that'll make him love you less. Right now, the infinite love that exists is pointed directly at you. He loves you, he loves you, he loves you, and he'll never stop loving you. And he loved to the end. He went all the way to the cross, and he finished it all for us. I also want you to see that he washes the disciples' feet. You can see that this is Peter gets a little weird about it. He's like, Lord, you're not going to wash my feet. And Jesus is like, well, if I don't wash your feet, you have no part of me. He's like, well, then wash my head, my hands also. Like, just wash all of me. And Jesus is like, all right, don't get weird, Peter, right? And he says, if I wash your feet, you're good. But we have this moment, and growing up in church, I've been a part of some foot washing services. It's not something that we've done at our church, but it is a humbling experience. And what I want you to see here is that Jesus humbles himself down, right? He stoops down. He's cleaning their feet. He's showing them love, and this is part of that loving them till the end. He's washing every single one of their feet and cleansing the dirt off of it, which is really a picture of what he does with our heart. He is cleaning the dirt. He's making something that is, in the first century in a dry and arid, climate. In the first century, where you traveled by animal, camel, mule, donkey, whatever, in the streets. You can just imagine excrement is there. People are walking with sandals. Their feet are going to get dusty and dirty and literally really vile, honestly. And Jesus stoops and he washes those feet. And again, that's a picture of what he does for us. Not because he has to, but because he wants to. Because he loves us, he washes us and makes us clean. And again, he washes all of their feet. And I want you to notice something. He washes every single one of their feet, including the one who's going to betray him. Jesus knows who it is. He's not surprised at all whenever he's like, Judas, it was you. I thought it was the butler. Like, no, he was not surprised at all. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew what Judas was about to do, and he loved him to the end. And he washes Judas's feet, even though Judas is going to be the one that betrays him. He doesn't withhold the love. See, he's going to love everyone. There's going to be people in this world who don't accept him. There's going to be people that reject him. There's going to be people that you offer the gospel to, and they're going to say, nope, it's not for me. It's not that God says, well, you know what, fine, I didn't have my love for them. My grace isn't sufficient for them. If they don't want it, then I didn't love them and didn't want them in the first place. That's not it. He loves them to the end. He loves completely. Whether you're going to accept or reject him, he loves, because that's who he is. And then Jesus takes it a step further, because he calls us to love one another. Verse 35, that he says, all will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. This is a reciprocal love. It's I love you, you love me. It's a giving and going back and forth kind of love. And this is what Jesus is calling us to. So I hope that this word encourages you. I hope that this chapter encouraged you. Dig in, grow with your group. We'll see you in the next video.